Hey guys, what's up? So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about my struggles with anxiety, and I've kind of covered this topic before, but I haven't really gone into depth of my struggles with it, and that's partially because it's something that I'm or have been ashamed of in the past, and sometimes I feel like I carry more shame with my anxiety than I do with being trans. Anxiety is something that is still misunderstood or still has like a stigma around it. And it's oftentimes, I feel like I'm seen as being lazy or quiet or a jerk or just all these things that people just read me wrong because of it, or it's made me come off as like a flake or etc. And so when it comes to social media kind of has given me this opportunity to hide it, I guess you could say. Maybe not completely, because I still have talked about it. You know, I've talked about it a lot pertaining to leading up to surgery or recovery from surgery, but I haven't really talked about it as much as how much it affects my everyday life, like my day-to-day life on a regular basis. And it's something that in the past has held me back from doing a lot of things that I've wanted to do. It's something that has held me back from certain opportunities or certain jobs. I have gotten fired from jobs for anxiety, being socially anxious. I got fired from a place called Mr. Pickles here. It's a sandwich shop, for being too quiet. And it's unfortunate because I am an introvert and I am pretty shy upon meeting people or new surroundings, and it brings a lot of social anxiety for me, and people tend to read it wrong. And this world is kind of built for this outgoing type of personality that I do not have, so it's just kind of like this world is a lot harder for me to navigate personally. And people tend to tell you just to suck it up, like deal with it. Everyone has to do things that are hard. Everyone has to do things they don't want to do, and I completely understand that, but having anxiety makes it so much harder. It's like a constant work. You're constantly working to get yourself to do things that normal everyday people do pretty naturally. So that is kind of like how it affects me, and I've been ashamed of it. And social media, like this person that you see right now on your screen, this is me, 100% completely me. And this person that you see is not always seen right away. Like if I were to meet someone face to face or be in a job, I've always been told like I'm the quiet person, and they ask me why I don't talk, or they always say that certain like, oh, you gotta watch out for those quiet ones. And it's just like, well, yeah, I guess, because we're observing everything you do, because that's what we do. And I've gotten a lot better, but I still struggle with it. And I'm kind of like getting into this new phase of life where I'm entering a new career path when it comes to, I'm trying to get into personal training, so whether that means I'm working with clients one-on-one or in a gym or whatever. I'm a little bit scared because, you know, I have had times in the past where I've gotten fired from a job for being too quiet, or I'm just socially awkward, and it's something I've been struggling with, thinking about. And so I just kind of wanted to talk about this openly, because I know I've had a lot of you tell me that you struggle from anxiety as well, and then you kind of ask for like what I do to get through it. And unfortunately, anxiety is one of those things that it doesn't go away by avoiding. So it's like this constant state of putting yourself in an anxious state in order for it to get better. And I'm not always the best at this. There are times where I just don't have the energy to put in the work to deal with the anxiety. Normal everyday tasks are draining. I could be in a room full of people for an hour and feel like I ran a marathon. It's mentally exhausting, emotionally exhausting, physically exhausting, because it's like this constant tension, gritting my teeth, sweating, trembling, whatever, you know, like all these physical symptoms that come along with my anxiety, which my main anxiety tends to be social anxiety. Coping with it, therapy is something that I am doing right now. Medication is something that I might be looking into. I've tried CBD oil and like THC or medical cannabis. Anything with THC tends to make me go crazy. It tends to make my anxiety worse, so that is unfortunate. But I want to try a little bit more proactive things with therapy, and I'll probably talk about that a little bit more, but that's kind of just, I'm getting into this phase of trying a little something different. And if you want to know more about that, feel free to ask me in the comments below, or if you want me to make a whole nother video on what I'm doing, I can do that too. So yeah, this is me, this is the anxious me, this is the real me. I don't want to hide this. I am ashamed of it just because it's been such a thorn in my side for so long, but it's not something to be ashamed of, but I do want people to understand that it's not easy, and the struggle is real. And if I could get any person that does not have to deal with anxiety to understand how hard it actually is, that would be amazing. Not gonna happen, but so I don't know where I'm going with this. Exercise is also one thing that has helped me in the past with anxiety. Right now, like running has been really helpful, but I can't run right now, so my anxiety tends to get a little bit worse after being out of work or not being able to run. That is something that is kind of like making things worse for me currently. But yeah, I just want to open up a conversation. I want to talk about anxiety. I want to talk about what helps, what doesn't help, and tips for each other, because I'm kind of tired of not talking about it. I'm tired of being ashamed of my anxiety. And yeah, thanks. Like, I'm so grateful. People bash on social media all the time, but I'm so thankful for it, because before social media, people thought that I was like mute or like just didn't have any thoughts at all. And it really created like a safe space for me to be able to express myself and be able to open up to other people, because before this, people would be like, oh wow, like they actually do have a brain, or they do have thoughts. And I've literally had someone say that, because in the beginning, before I talked, I started blogging, and this was pre-YouTube, and then that was kind of a way for me to get my thoughts out and for people to see that, oh, I do think, I am a human being. And then I created this channel. It's called Cody Talks, because it's like being like, oh, this is the next step forward. This is me. I actually speak, I talk, and I actually care about things, and I actually want to succeed, and I want to move forward. I want to do things, and I want to help people. So that is why this kind of channel came about. So I want to continue to talk about anxiety, and I want to help myself and hopefully help others by talking about it. And that's kind of the whole point of this video. It might be kind of pointless. I don't really know where it's going, but tips, stories, everything down below in the comments would be amazing. So that is it for today, guys. Peace out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.